But first, I want to congratulate you all. I want to congratulate the families and the parents because, you know, it's good to have that push and support. I just want to tell you, you're entering a really, really interesting and exciting business at a very interesting time because the business has changed over the years as the economy has changed and the work situation has changed. So you're all going to be assumed, the best assumption to make is that you'll all be working for yourselves. If you go out looking for that 9-to-5 job, it's going to be a little tougher, all right? So you have to think like an entrepreneur, okay? You have to figure out, create some content, create something, learn to sell yourselves. This is a big part of it. And the challenge, that's the challenge, that's the biggest challenge. You all have come out of here, you have skills, you have talent. There are going to be a lot of people out there with similar skills and talent. And you also be a little bit better because you got in a good, really, really good place in a school that's very pragmatic and functions well. So again, and I know this is a lot of work going through this education, but you all will be fine because you have a good base now, a good solid base now. Know that your strength in this business is going to be your friends. It's going to be your network. This is absolutely a who you know business. Okay? So be nice to have, who was it, Ralph Graham said, be nice to the people you meet on the way up, because you're going to see the same people on the way down. Okay? And you will have those ups and downs, just like you do in life. So treat everybody with respect and courtesy, okay? And be sharp. Now, this is what I really want to, the other thing I'm glad to see is that this is such a diverse group of people, women, people of color. That's really, really important because this business traditionally has been the white male bastion, okay? And it's been hard for women, hard for people of color. And if you weren't family, it didn't matter if you were the white guy, you might not get in the business. So we need people like all of you to come in this business and really keep that awareness and pull other people in like yourselves, other women, other people of color, because you know what, it's a very diverse world. Okay? In order to function, for us to function as a society, we have to function together. Okay, that's why we're social creatures, right? We can't do it all by ourselves. What else did I want to tell you today? You are going to be, the most important thing I can tell you, honestly, aside from be aware, when you go out in this business, read the news, read magazines, pay attention because it is a social business. When you go out and you're on that shoot and you're one of, you might start as a PA like most of us started, or doing whatever, and you sit at lunch, and the director's sitting over here, the producer's sitting over here, and somebody makes a comment about something going on in Bosnia or in Macedonia, you should really help if you have something good to say about that. If you're aware of these things going on outside of your immediate environment, because people remember those who make intelligent or witty, clever comments that have something to contribute to the production other than that technical skill or creative skill that they bring to it. Okay, because you have to establish yourself. So don't be afraid to be yourself, but be that positive self and keep the negative one down. And we all have a negative side at times. It's just life. The most important thing I can tell you is be aware that you, many of you, are going to be decision makers in this business. And we live in the most intense capitalist society on the planet. All right, our business is to export. America's business is to export everything. That's why Americans don't speak too many languages, and we don't know too much about other people's music and other people's cultures because we're so busy trying to sell everybody else something, we don't even want to take anything else in. That's the nature, that's the structure of this society. So, as decision makers, you have to be aware that the decisions you make are going to influence people. Right? So when you're making the decisions, you have to be aware that a decision you make today about how to present something or how to put a slant on something is going to influence people. So the greatest asset you will have in the way you're going to be able to sleep at night is to have a sense of morality about how you conduct your business and how you conduct your life. Here's a very good example. My friend Celeste Rufo, who's no longer with us, phenomenal camera operator, was working on an MTV show one time, studio show. And some brilliant, I say brilliant sarcastically, idiotic producer, young producer at MTV, thought he had a great idea if behind the set there was a video screen with a little commentator that just kind of swish, swish, swish. And Celeste, being highly intelligent, very aware, said, they are trying to hypnotize people into staring at that screen. And that's exactly what they want, okay? Like a subliminal technique, and a not so subtle subliminal technique, not like the little naked lady in the ice cube we used to tell us about, right, Bill? If you ever read that book, Subliminal Suggestion, okay? And she said, no, I'm not going to do that. As she talked to other people in the crew, and they all got together, said, you know what, we're not going to do that. This is subversive. And it's just mind-numbing. And MTV management came out and talked with them, and they took it away. All right? So, and they weren't even at a level of decision maker, but they were at a level to shut down production. Okay? So bear in mind that you don't want to sell your soul in this business, and it's very, very easy to do it. Bill and I know people have done it. Okay? This is the most important thing you have. It's who you are. All right? So you have to be a good person in this world. And that's really what it's about. So when you're reaching the media, and you hit the button, you're the DJ, you're on the radio, well, you can go out and you can be somebody who's going to talk a whole bunch of other negative stuff, or you can try and be more positive and be more open-minded, okay, and be more welcoming to other people's ideas, you know. So this is the most important thing, is where people fail. I had one friend who went, huge producer in New York, I worked with him for years. Alan went off somewhere. We hadn't seen him for years. He came back to the production and then took off and tried to beat everybody. We wound up having to sue him. Took 4 years, right? He owed millions of dollars because he didn't care anymore about morality. Okay, and so who knows what world he's in now? He's in his own personal hell, and I don't want any of you to be that. Okay, so let that good person always be there. And don't. There's a very good reason why I never bought a camera, which I might have told Bill. I never bought a camera. Being from New York, one, because there were a billion cameras out there, and I could borrow one from somebody if I needed one, and I have to rent one. But the other thing was, when you buy that camera, what do you have to do? You have to pay for it, and paying for that, by the time you buy your single camera package, you're close to $200,000. You got to pay that note, right? So what do? You go out and you do any kind of work to pay the note. Okay, that's not a good thing. Okay, you want to be able to pick and choose the things that you really like to do, and you don't want to be a slave to that note, to that bill, to money. Okay, the money will come as long as you love what you do. If you're enjoying what you're doing. If you're in a job that you're not liking, stay there only as long as you have to. Go find one that you like. Okay, someplace else. If you're working for people that you find don't sit with you correctly, morally, go someplace else. Okay, because that is the most important thing, and people recognize that. The good people in this world recognize that. Okay, so this, I'm not going to sit here and lecture you a lot about TV. This is business. Okay, it's a business. And realize also that the content that we shoot, unless like the 2 years I spent on Sesame Street or a couple other purely altruistic projects, everything you see on TV exists to keep people glued to the screen till the next commercial comes on. Okay, everything they do on radio exists to keep people listening until the next commercial comes on, because it's a capitalist society and the idea is to sell product. That's how the business makes money. Okay, so I consciously chose to stop shooting commercials. Years ago, my sister, big commercial producer, she just got out of the business. She spent years producing as an exec producer on Ford and Lincoln Spice traveling all over the world. She was former vice president of Def Jam in its heyday. They went to CBS as a record company vice president. We did all that stuff. But you know what? We were sitting there one day doing a Tilex commercial. And I'm sitting on the dolly, and we had two, you're adults and be very frank, we had two art directors, which I ain't gonna tell you there's 2 art directors on the shoot leave, because, you know, because that's one too many, all right? And then it was the 80s, and everybody, and cocaine was flowing like snow. And these guys got high, and they went off the storyboard. You all know what a storyboard is. They went off the storyboard for 2.5 hours. Now, I was perfectly happy to sit in that dolly. You know, in a commercial, there's producer, director, camera operator. And if I'm the DP, that's it. I'm like a god. I can sit in this dolly all day. You know, these little cute little PAs going, Mr. Clarke, would you listen to tea? Mr. Clarke, can you snack the kid? You know, I'm fine. I can sit here and make all the money all day. You want to go overtime? It's fine. But what were these guys arguing about? The drugs that got to their head? And they were discussing 2 drops of glycerin on a wall in a shower set. And that discussion took a couple hours. And I'm like, you know what? Everybody in the industrialized world, there's some penguins in Antarctica, know what this Tilex is. And those 2 drops of glycerin on the wall aren't going to make a difference if this product sells or not. And I said, you know what, this is foolishness, because what were we trying to do? What are you trying to do in a commercial? Who's sitting home watching a pilot's commercial? Might be that single mom with 3 kids who doesn't have the option to get out the house and have the house sit and go to the gym. And what are they trying to do? They're trying to get the money out of her pocket and put it in some fat cat's pocket way over here, sitting at the top of the building, who doesn't need any more money. And I said, this is immoral. I said, so if I'm going to do this, if I'm going to be in this biz, then I'm going to shoot things that at least, if it's going to sell commercials, at least people get some pleasure out of. Music, comedy, things like that. Things I know that, yes, it's going to be a commercial eventually, but people will have gotten some enrichment from it. You know, some spiritual enrichment from it. Maybe get a good laugh, hear a song, you know, something like that. So, I'm not going to talk anymore. If you guys have questions about what I do, we can talk later, do whatever. But this is what I want to say. The most important thing is don't lose your soul to money. There's lots of money to be made in this business, but there are people that make it in absolutely unscrupulous ways. I just had a producer feed me for it. $100. It's $100. It's paying what you owe, you know. But you know, it's $100 more than me. You know, at the end, you know, and it's not really a beat. I call and say, Danny, you know, forget about it. It's cool. You know, I've known the guy for years, whatever. But you don't want to be that guy. You know. You want to be liked, and when at the end, when you get down the road, you want, because this is a who you know business, you want people to say, hey, I'm going to hire John, because he's really great, does a great job. He's a great guy. I like his energy. I like what he does. He treats people nice. You know, they're not going to hire people that act like jerks. Okay, so don't be a jerk, and you'll sleep better, and everybody else will love working with you. Good luck.